Hey, something's happening. Yeah, we're live.
Okay.
We're live.
We're live.
Okay.
You guys are a burden.
A burden? Well, let me play this music to make it less burdonous. Alright. So last time we did a lot of shopping. I think that was last time.
We did.
And we did a lot of shopping. You guys kind of explored Corin. You guys explored the space. Saw what it was about. Went to a few different shops. I don't know if I wrote any of them down because I'm a terrible DM. Oh, I did! The Itchy Stitch, the Greedy Blossom, and some other ones that I didn't write down. Yeah.
Bouncing table.
The bouncing table.
Yeah.
How could I forget?
I got a 10-foot pole.
At the bouncing
The
table.
violet tome.
The violet tome was another.
And the greedy...
Blossom, I got that one.
something.
So, and then after your shopping, you reconvened, fetched Piston in the carriage, and headed out to Imperial Square in Corin, where you found a caravan getting ready to head out on its way in the same direction as Imperial City. And you've kind of hitched yourself onto that for sort of safety in numbers and potentially to make some money on the road. When you met them, you learned that they were of the Maed Re'uh, sort of a traveling people who, well, they were very fantastic at music. They were musicians and dancers and entertainers, and made you pretty friendly, if I remember correctly. Cannon had a wonderful dancing lights kind of performance. Castus built a tent, pitched a tent, and I think you put a wolf head on a pole.
We did.
Not yet.
We did do that.
No, I think there's a gorehound head on the outside of your tent.
We took the the 10-foot pole and staked it in the ground and put the head on there.
Oh yeah.
Goal to warn people.
Is it
I
fully
guess, I don't know.
decomposed yet?
I
No.
hope not.
It's like disgusting. Like the brain's gooping out of the
dude,
spinal
yes.
column kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna attract.
Gross.
Like you
bugs.
guys haven't boiled it or anything.
We should do that.
Okay.
Yeah, we should let it sit in some lye too.
Make it nice and white.
Yeah, can we get some lye real quick?
Yeah, you're in the middle of nowhere, kind of. Whoa. So make a perception check.
Can we go back to
Do I see any lie?
growing off the trees?
All right, so we'll pick up back as dawn breaks over the horizon, and you guys have noticed it's gotten a little bit less woody, but it's still kind of relatively woody, sort of grasslandy kind of thing. And as you guys look around as the dawn breaks over the caravan, the camp is very much alive, and these people are picking up camp, putting away their tents, putting out fires, and in general they're breaking camp. And you see the
Oops, did not mean to do that.
people around. Did you roll one?
Yeah.
See the people around making camp. The man in charge, Corcoran, out kind of helping pack up and take up camps, and every now and then giving a shout to the, hurry up! We've got to get going! And a larger gentleman, kind of with a sword at his hip, hitching up horses to one of the carriages, and in general they're getting pretty much ready. They're all pretty quickly doing it. They've done it. It seems like they've done it quite a bit, and as they're getting ready, a gentleman with kind of tall and built, but like a lean muscle kind of built, comes over, and Castus, you recognize him as the guy who was helping you load barrels when you were in Imperial Square when you tripped and fell in the mud. And he comes over. Yes. My friends, you must get going. We do not wait for the stragglers.
Okay, and I pack up the tent. Showboat.
Is everyone else awake? Did you guys wake up? Like,
I'm still in the tent.
anyone who wakes up at dawn would have seen it going.
Castus is
I
just
think
like
Castus
turned down the
wakes up.
tent as we're in there.
Everyone, wake up! It's time to
wake
get
up.
moving.
Alright, make a survival check.
Oh boy.
I don't want to say you fall down again, but I also want to say you fall down again. So as you pull on the tent, it kind of rips and tugs, and like it gets caught in someone who's inside and kind of pulls you. And who's inside the tent? Me. Cannon, after your performance, you're a little bit like hungover. I think probably there were some drinks to be had, and you feel this rope kind of pull across, and like it's caught on the side of your neck, and you start getting dragged and rolled over.
Oh God.
Everyone, wake up! It's time
I
to
kind
get
of like
moving.
shuffle through the tent. My head pops out, and like take a deep breath. Castus, wake me up first. Jesus.
I tried.
Can I ask my friends, why is this here? And he points to the gorehound's like rotting flesh, like an eyeball with a fly, like maggots in it.
Wards
What's
off
that?
the evil at night.
I do not know about that, but it is certainly disgusting.
Yes.
Well, anyways, man, back up. We are leaving soon.
Alright, I get out, and I'll pack the tent.
All right, make a survival check. I made him roll. You guys are kind of under a little bit of stress, and like they're rushing you, and you're very much like trying to get shit together quick.
I did great.
I'll start.
All right, so once Cannon gets out and starts helping you out, Castus, it goes a little easier. I imagine Belle's probably hitching the horse again. That's what she's been doing.
Yep.
And
The horse.
after a few moments and different shouts around the camp of like just general organizing, getting ready, you hear all right, let's go! And the carts kind of peel away from this circle that they were camped in, and one by one start to form in a line. The first few carts you see are they're pulled by dual horse teams. Not like nice, like fast horses, but like beasts of burden kind of horses, muscly, built well. And they're like yellow and purple painted wooden houses, kind of on stilts. So they're rectangular, but they have a curved roof overhanging it, and some of them even have glass windows in them. And they have metal banded wheels, and they start to trundle on, and different ones have some flowers, kind of like a little bed of flowers in the back. And the first 3 or 4 kind of look that same stylization. And then as more pass, you see the guy who came over and told you guys to get ready. He's fifth in line with just a single horse in front. of his cart, which is it's smaller and it has it's like an oiled leather canopy kind of tent. It's like a covered wagon with oiled leathers, but it's got a flap on the front and the back to close it off completely. And there's a few different pelts hanging from it. And more will buy a few more of the purple and yellow ones, and then see this wooden cart with it's kind of a mix of canvas and wood put together, like canvas covering windows. It's not super nice, and it's got this mule in front that the person in front is just yelling at. Let's go on that! Get in! And you look at this smaller guy. He's probably 5'8", maybe like 120 pounds. So, like, he's not like super skinny for 5'8", but he's not big at all. He's not like just skin and bones. But he has this really big and bushy, kind of really tightly curled light brown beard, and kind of like a afro-y kind of thing. Not like an afro, but just like a big head of hair, like a puffball on the end of a popsicle stick. And there's lots of little knickknacks on the side of this cart, jingling around. Lots of little lanterns of different colors. And if you just want to make a perception check, people who are up front in the wagon, I guess, who are paying attention to this kind of thing.
Actually, I won't be. I'll probably be in the back.
I'm for sure.
Yeah, same. In the back.
I got the reins.
I guess I get in front with Castus, but I'm nose deep in a book at this point.
Alright, so, you see one of the lanterns has a kind of a deeper purple light
Like the
to it.
Oh, okay.
And it's really steady. It's not flickering like it's burning or anything. And as you kind of look closer, you see a crystal in it. You just get a glimpse though, because you're kind of far away. And then coming up the back is a big, hard, like wooden wagon with 4 horses in front of it. It's big and stout. Wooden walls up, and then this one doesn't have the curved roof. It's kind of got like a normal like house A-frame kind of roof on it with some wooden shingles, and on the side you see some metal plates around the base of it, and the axle is made of a metal rod, and it has some shocks made of springs, like some leaf springs under it. And that's carrying on. Then you guys are carrying up the rear with Piston in your small wagon. Open top.
Let's go, Piston.
He's just kind of the leather straps, you're just kind of wiggling them up and down, and it's kind of bouncing off his butt. And he's just like, ugh. Kind of like whipping at it with his tail. He's moving though.
All right. Well, like it's gonna be a long day on the road.
And you guys are moving at like, it's like walking pace. So if you wanted to get out and walk, you could. Or like, basically like feel free to like, if you want to go walk up and talk to different people on it, on the caravan, or go see who's on other things. Like it's you're gonna be in here you're gonna be doing this all day. So whatever you do to kill time in a caravan, basically.
Well, I'm reading, so
I'm gonna read the book I have you.
Cannon, would you like to, since you did such a good job last night of pleasing everybody with your music, would you like to go maybe meet our neighboring caravanners?
Now look around. Are we like right in the middle, or?
No, you're kind of on the ass end.
Okay, is there like a cart behind us?
No, you go to the caboose.
We're the caboose. I kind of like look up ahead. Is Corcoran way in the front?
Yeah. Which is like, I think, 10 carts up. A little ways. We can go up there, though.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and run up there.
Or what? Could I just, give Piston a nice little slap on the ass, and could we just pull up next to the one?
And we can go into a trot.
Yeah, just to get up to speed to get next to.
All right, make a survival check or a riding check.
Oh boy.
Oh.
This could turn bad. Go ahead. Swear to God. I was gonna say, I swear to God, this is fair right now. I don't even know what to do.
I thought about upgrading it.
So as you're kind of like, come on, Piston, come on. He's kind of slapping the leather on him and clicking at him, and he's content to go at the pace he's at.
This stubborn animal. Well,
You dismounting?
what do you say, Kevin?
I'm already running up.
Oh, he's running.
You just left. Dude, this is posit cannon move. Are you running?
Well, I'm like jogging to catch up to the.
You could
front.
probably do it at a fast walk.
Oh, now I'll jog it. Fuck it.
Okay. Alright, so as you kind of jog by, if people are just, they kind of just look at you, and most seem kind of pleasant. A few are just kind of like it's the morning and meh. As you go on, yeah, you pass the leather tented one. You hear, "I'm in such a hurry, my friend."
Oh no! It's just catching up, going for a walk.
Yeah, you just kind of go by. I'm okay. And you pass the last four, and you get towards the front, and you see Corcoran and Carly, his wife, sitting up on the front.
Corcoran's the one that played, right? Them two played
Mm-hmm.
that song together.
Yeah.
Any room for one more up there? That's good. I'll walk.
You look around, and it's like a small bench at the front of the car. Not quite, my friend. Nice. Feel free to join us on the road, though. No. How was your night's sleep?
Good. Wake up was rough, but it was good.
Ah, not used to the hours.
No, not used to Cassis rolling me up in a tent.
Oh, I suppose I wouldn't be used to that either.
Do you make this trip often, Corcoran?
Not this specific trip. We just kind of keep going.
So, where were you before Corin?
Well, before Corn, we were over at, where was it? Fort Broken in the south coming up. We stopped by some of the towns up in the Timbermaw Woods, and then came back down. Everywhere, really.
Oh.
Wherever the road takes us.
Very nice. What?
How about yourself? Where were you coming from?
Well, we saw Corin for a little bit. I'm actually not from around here. I just met Cassis and those fellows just recently, but we stopped at Corin because Cassis's family's from there. It was nice to see everybody.
Yeah, where do you come from then?
I'm actually from Hurrah.
Ah, nice to see someone from across the sea. Not often
Yeah.
to come when you cross the Tarn to come over to Corn and the kingdoms. What brought you here?
Travel.
Ah, fellow man of the world.
Yes. Spreading music, spreading stories. It's fun.
So you're a minstrel then? I saw, obviously, your loot and your playing last night. It was great, but, do you travel and perform?
No, just mostly for me, not necessarily for performances, but bring out the music when I can.
Ah. You know, the music takes us around, and sometimes you just have to listen to her as she guides you through.
Absolutely.
So, you're going to the Imperial City, correct?
Yes, I believe that is our destination. Have you ever been?
I've been through, never in. Just around and seen some of the outer towns and seen it from afar, but we don't like to stay anywhere too long.
I understand. Is it nice?
It's very large. The city looks quite beautiful from the road, but I've heard great things. Magics and the Imperium, not my style of thing, but there you go.
Cassis, are you still trying to catch up? Or
I'm trying. You hear me in the back just go, come on, Piston, come on.
After like a lot of continued urging and slapping of leather on ass, we're able to get Piston to go just like a little bit faster. And you're like two semis trying to pass each other on the highway.
I'm just like awkwardly next to the cart in front of me, like, how you doing? Beautiful day out there, isn't it? I mean, out here.
Yeah, good day.
Oh, that accent. Where are you from?
I'm from Voldendam.
I'm sorry, Voldendam?
Voldendam, yeah.
I don't quite know where that is. Where is that?
Oh, it's across the sea.
Well then.
Down real far south there. You know, it's Voldendam. Down by Bopa. You know, north of the Siren Step. Nothing?
Nope.
No. Alright then.
What brought you this side of the ocean?
The Imperium. I'm a certified mage of the Imperial Order.
No way.
Slipped a little bit. I'll find it again. We went British.
I slow down Piston to try to get equal to.
It's not working. You can try it. I have a feeling you're just gonna slowly just keep going away. There'd be more talking like this. Alright, make another writing check.
Oh no!
Yes.
We are destined to lose our fucking.
Piston is gonna die, dude.
Oh, you're using it, double upgrade? Okay.
Give it to me.
Okay, roll again.
Okay.
Alright, so you're not able to,
My
Stop. You're not
sister's
able to
going to
match-
the Imperium, and
you're not able to match speed, but the double advantage will be that, so you keep, like, trying to adjust speed, but you don't get it right, so you're, like, kind of, like, slowly drifting forward, then you're, like, and then you slowly drift backward.
damn it, Piston! What was your name?
I'm Gibby!
God, I love this guy. Gibby!
Yeah. They call me Gibby the Lion.
Gibby the Lion, oh my god. I have so many questions for you. Once I get this horse to cooperate,
You're having a bit of a struggle there, aren't you?
I'm gonna find you at the next camp.
As you kind of you keep trying to pull back, but Piston's not listening, so you just keep drifting forward.
Damn it.
Alright, good on ya.
Gibby, my name's Castus Nix.
Oh. Nice to meet you, mate.
I pull my nose out of the book. Captain!
Alright.
And just go right back to it.
So you
Damn it, Piston.
so you keep going forward. Piston's annoyed. You guys are just very much not on the same page.
I would like to. Currently, my cloak is on dark leather, like outside. I would like to flip it. I would like to reverse it.
Oh
Turn it to the blue
yeah,
and put the hood on.
Okay. So Belle's kind of sitting in the back of the wagon with this nice, like, soft blue kind of suede material wrapped up. It's pretty warm out.
Aurora, so pretty.
I take off my shirt.
Okay. Alright, so Cassis is sitting up front. Yesterday, covered in mud was your first introduction. Now, I imagine still crusty around some bits and like dirt on the arms where the clothes wasn't covering. I know you probably had a gambeson under the chainmail, so it's probably okay. You take off your armor and riding shirtless. A big, muscly Castus. Cap one's weird. Like, I'm making everyone uncomfortable. For some reason, he's like slimy, but you're not sure if it's slime or if it's just like his skin.
Who, me?
No, that's Cap one.
Oh.
I don't think he took his shirt off though. So, Cannon, you look back as you're talking, and you see Castus coming up forward without a shirt on in the noonday or the morning sun.
Slowly.
Like mid-80s. Yeah, like very slowly.
I'm going 2 miles per hour faster than the caravan.
The caravan's probably going like 2 miles, 3 miles an hour, so.
Yeah.
You're
I'm
like-
going 4.
Oh my god. Hi, Cannon.
Well, my name's Costas Nix. You know that.
I was just calling you his name.
Roll the blooper reel.
We're doing a Call Me By Your Name spin-off.
Yes.
Castus doesn't have a shirt on.
Greetings, Cannon.
Oh,
Oh.
I've seen this fantasy porno.
Yeah.
Eventually.
And, alright, so, Cannon, you see him trundling up slowly. Piston, if you can imagine an annoyed horse face, do it, because that's what Piston is. Lots of tail flicks and, like mane shakes. You know. Yeah.
Everyone do their best horse impression.
I'm
was
gonna
actually pretty good.
I'm gonna do a bunch of accents, guys. Leave me alone. Okay? My Australian has wandered pretty far into the UK already.
He's not from Australia. He's from.
He's from Voldendam.
Australia.
That was
Down
not my
under.
plan for the Voldendam accent. For some reason, I just didn't think where Australian accents would come from. I just have the map up.
That's amazing.
Cannon, he's on foot, right?
Yeah, he's walking.
I can't get Piston to go the right speed.
Have you asked nicely?
I mean, I've communicated in clicks that way.
Have you ever heard it click back?
I have not.
Maybe it doesn't understand clicks, Castus.
I mean, I heard it once. Not him, but I heard it work before.
Where?
I don't remember.
So defeated. Slipped in depression.
Well, Piston's a nice horse. Maybe it'll take some time. Get to know it. Have you brushed him yet?
No, I will when we stop.
That's how you bond with a horse. You have to brush it.
Don't have a brush.
I take the 10-foot pole, and as I'm sitting down, I try to scratch its neck.
Oh God. Okay. Do coordination.
Goddamn.
Do a coordination check for me.
Ow!
Come on,
Like,
guys!
that one in the head.
You just
Jeez,
accidentally like
Castus.
slap. You just accidentally like jam it into like Piston's back, and you hear this like.
Oh.
Out of character, is a carrot on a stick? Got a long stick.
10-foot pole.
We could find some
Yeah.
carrots, perhaps.
That's not.
Go, let's race.
Do we still have the wheat back there, Bell?
We do have the wheat.
There's a lot of
I
wheat.
take the 10-foot pole that I just jabbed Piston in the neck with, and I just go like this with it, and I go, take some other straps out of my bag, and tie some wheat to it.
Okay. Alright,
Because
I'll give that a shot.
you're not picturing stalks of wheat, right? You're picturing the grain,
Like
'cause
the-
that's what's in these
Oh,
barrels.
I was picturing
I
stalks
was
of wheat.
picturing
No,
big
it's
stalks.
like barrels
I've been
of grain.
picturing stocks for the longest.
Yeah, me too.
I'll
Me
shake
too.
my
It's not-
head. I'll shake my head and just roll back into the back of the into the thing.
It's
And
not like they just took the usable part of the
Oh
wheat,
yeah,
guys.
because me and Cap One made
cereal.
oatmeal beer.
Oh yeah.
so I'll roll into the. I'll close my book. I don't know how long I've been reading it, but I would assume at least an hour.
Yeah, probably about an hour.
And I'll go back there and I'll try to fashion out of some leather strips some kind of like bowl that like comes down and then it is like a teardrop shape and open on one side so we can kind of put some oats in there and dangle it out in front of Piston's face.
All right. Make a mechanics check.
I'll make a mechanics
There's two
check.
two setbacks because you don't have the right tools, and you're on a moving cart.
You're putting the two setbacks in?
Yeah, I got everything.
Okay.
That's just for combat where you guys are. So as you hand it forward, Castus, as you pull it back forward, you see this kind of pouch-ish kind of contraption where it's like almost a basket weave, but there's like a lot of gaps. The technique's gone, and like there's just kind of grain falling out of the bottom. Every like bounce or shift, like a little bit more falls out. Like it's bad, but like it's there's currently wheat in there.
I'm just dangling it in front of Piston. Come on.
All right, I feel like I want to do one more coordination check.
No.
I'm gonna add a setback for the road too, being on the bumpy road with no shock absorbing.
Yeah, I don't need a setback.
Go ahead.
Yes.
So after you kind of lean it forward, and there's a big bump, and like 80% of it flies out. You're able to get the pouch up in front of Piston's nose, and after some goading, Piston kind of just puts his mouth in and like licks up some.
Good boy, Piston. He's gonna recognize that.
Okay. He doesn't go faster though, but
Okay.
yeah, you successfully fed him and made an audio cue to try and Pavlov him.
Yes.
Whatever that means.
Yeah, whoever that, we don't know. Alright, so Cannon, as you're walking up and you hear some commotion after Castus's strange different volumes of conversation that kind of went up and down and up and down.
No, that explains him pretty well.
And then you heard him like shouting back to the people in the cart, and you look back and he's got this pole and everyone's kind of watching Castus with a leather pouch in front of Piston's snout as he comes up and joins you at the front.
And it's not like we're going fast to where I couldn't get out of the cart to feed him. We're going 2 miles an hour, and I was just like, yeah, come on.
People were giving you looks as you were going by.
I'm shirtless too. That doesn't. Oh, might help.
and he's shirtless.
Oh my god. You're doing great, Castus.
Thank you, Cannon.
Looks like Piston's really taken to it.
I hope so.
I'm back in my.
Are you new to the road? Just a guess.
No, just a moody horse.
All right. Just in my experience, the horse is not usually moody unless it has reason to be.
Well, sounds like you haven't been around a lot of different horses.
He just kind of goes, all right. Yeah, sure. I'm sure it's the horse.
Look. Not to say we just met this horse, but I mean, we're still building a relationship.
Having a horse trust you is very important.
I've been clicking with my mouth.
Can you
So-
go ahead? Go ahead for me. Just aha. Make a make a perception. What's the opposite of charm?
Coercion.
What's your coercion?
3 green.
Alright, so you can tell he's a little bit patronizing you, but the advantage is that you're not too upset. Seems like a lighthearted joke. If he was gonna beat you, you're gonna be like super pumped about it. But you can tell it's a little bit patronizing, but not too much.
He'll understand.
I believe you. It's just, I guess I've never done it that way.
Well, it's worked with all the other horses I've trained.
Okay. Make a deception check.
Ready?
Yes. I bet it has. Yeah.
Yep. It has.
He leans over and you don't let him near our horses.
What was your name?
I'm Corporan.
Oh, Corporan. I feel like I've know somebody with a similar name to yours.
Ah. I've not met another Corporan.
Must be something I read.
Again, my nose pops out of the book. I look over at him. Capwan, Corporan,
Yes.
nice to meet you.
It's Corporan.
That's what I said. It's Capwan.
All right, Cap1. What are you reading?
Oh, just a book.
Better than a barrel of oats.
We've got some.
To each his own.
Okay.
Do you need some?
Books or oats?
Oats?
No, we just resupplied in Corin.
That's good. Us too. This is awkward.
All right.
I shouldn't have taken my shirt off for this conversation.
Well, you know, it's a hot day and it's the open road. No one minds too much.
Good. I'd keep my shirt off.
Herbal identification, by the way. About a minute late.
You kind of look see for a second, and then you can kind of see the dots connect. Oh, that's a good one. It's good to know out here. Never know when you need to find a plant. That's what old Gibby's for. He's great at it.
We've been trying to get back there since we left. I knew he had more to say.
Maybe I should pick his brain later then.
I'm sure he wouldn't mind. Just prepare for He's very particular. You know, those mages, how they are.
Oh, he's a mage, is he?
You should have been paying attention, Catwoman.
I was reading my book.
This is under our breath. You should be paying attention.
Yeah, and I'm whispering back like I was reading my book. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. You were reading, you're right. I should have communicated that.
He's just gonna watch, eh? And then you see, like, lean back behind the blonde-haired woman, Charlie. So, do you guys have any plans for Imperial City, or are you just going? Like, what are your goals?
Oh, well, I'm thinking about heading to the Imperium there, and, learning a little bit about some magic.
Well, that is the place to do it.
Oh, that's what I heard.
You should go talk to Gibby then. He can give you a rundown, how it works.
Like I said, we've been trying.
I don't quite know what you mean by that, but...
My sister's in the Imperium, and I'd like to go see her.
Oh, that's wonderful. How long has she been?
Just a couple weeks, I think.
Ah.
She just came
Fresh
from Corin.
class. Well, I'm sure it'll be nice to see her.
On that note, did you hear about anything on the caravan that left there a couple weeks ago that had all the kids that won the award to get to the Imperium?
And you see Charlie in the back. The Imperial Lottery?
Yep, that's the name of it.
Ah, your sister must be smart if she got picked by the lottery.
Correct. She's brilliant.
Correct.
She's very smart, actually. Yes. Have you heard anything about that caravan?
No, we haven't. We were just in that day, gotten in the morning, and we're resupplying and got out. But if she left in a caravan 2 weeks ago, she should be close to there. Maybe another day or so. Depending on their speed, of course, with children, you never know.
So about 2 weeks travel then from Corin?
It depends on the path, but it's around there.
Well then, looks like we're gonna have to make friends.
Oh, yeah. I can see that. Well, you're welcome to stay with us, but we will be making a stop or two in towns along the way, just for a night. But
that's fine. I could use some entertainment.
If you guys, I saw you help load in Corin, help us load up. If you guys pitch in and help around in the caravan, I'm sure we can accommodate you for that long. As long as you promise not to stir up any trouble or...
Oh no, we would never do such a thing.
Do anything bad when we stop.
What kind of help might you be needing?
Well, we could always use a strong arm. Sometimes, the roads can be dangerous, but we have Gus for, and Enzo. Enzo sometimes will go hunting, and if we need some fresh meat, the dried meat of the road isn't always hitting the spot, so he'll go out and hunt when we stop.
Well, I'm not one with a strong arm, as you can tell, but I might do well in a pinch for gathering and hunting.
Well, that's perfectly good. Now that you're studying up, I'm sure you'll be very helpful with gathering and learning your herb lore. Just anything around. Sometimes axles will break or wheels will break, and we have to stop making food, preparing. anything like that. Just carry your weight, help out others if they need it. That's all we ask.
Can do. I think we can do that. Yeah, Castus?
Oh, of course.
Nell, what do you say?
Belle kind of mumbles to herself as she's still reading the book. Not audible.
Well, then we should get back to our spot in line. Sorry to interrupt, Cannon. And try to stop Piston.
Alright. I'll say after a few more, like, tugs and, like, some struggles on the reins, Piston starts to slow down. And at one point, Piston just stops. People are going by, and...
Yeah, Piston. Come on.
people are watching you as you go by. Cannon, are you still walking up with him?
No, I'll
You fall
head back to the wagon. Yeah, I'll fall back.
Alright, so as the wagon train passes you, you take your place again after some prodding of Piston and a few slaps of the reins and maybe another poke with a wooden pole.
So I'm gonna while it's stopped, I'm gonna like it's okay, Piston, and I'll pat her like neck muscles right above her shoulders. Try to calm her down. Does she look like a little like annoyed?
Yeah.
Guessing? Yeah. Then I'll just like pet her, calm her
Like
down.
there's a little bit of sweat sheen going on.
Okay.
Do you think she likes jerky? Should we feed her some jerky?
Justice,
Yes?
put your shirt back on, please.
Okay, can somebody else drive this thing?
I'll go ahead and try to maneuver Piston.
Alright, so
Put my chainmail on and sit back in the...
Your chainmail? Fucking Christ.
Well, that's my shirt and chainmail.
Alright,
And I sit back next to Belle and just... What are you reading, Belle?
I think
Make a
it's
survival check.
fiction.
Or writing check.
What?
Writing. Sorry.
Right.
Called the
After-
Golden Bandit.
After some aggressive leather slapping and like Piston's annoyed, so it takes a little bit to get him going, but he starts up. Alright, sorry guys. Go ahead.
That's all. Just it's the Golden Bandit. I think I got it from
Oh, yeah!
There's dead
A long
bandits
time
at
ago.
the
somewhere.
the Durin resin or something.
Yeah.
Dream
Resin.
Um,
Farm.
Is it good?
So far, it's interesting. I'm not really sure if it's like fiction or non-fiction, but we'll call it just a fiction, like a Robin Hood tale, maybe. I don't know, something like
Yeah,
that.
it's kind of like Robin Hood, and it mentions the the Thül forest.
Based in Thül, on my home, or not my home. That's it.
Is south of Trell, the Thül
Yeah.
forest. And it's kind of like that, and then there's a few places, and you're just kind of at the start. It's probably like a few hundred pages. It's not super long, like a couple hundred. But they're in the forest, and they're going to basically, they're like bandits, kind of like Robin Hood, but a little bit more just like a bandit's tale and about greed and dramatic fights and decisions. You know.
Yeah.
One of those.
Well, interesting. I just pull out my journal and start writing. I'm done communicating.
Alright, anyone else, or we'll carry on?
Any new herbs you found, Quan?
I need a bathroom break.
Okay.
Real quick.
Maybe we can take our first break here.
Alrighty.
Okay. I just want Cap 1 to discover weed.
Well, we got lean on.
All right.
Alright, so Ken was asking about plants, right?
You saw any beer plants?
Oh yeah, there's a. I would assume this book is alphabetical.
I wouldn't assume that.
Nope, not yet.
What kind? Would you ask for beer plants?
Yeah, so it'd either be barley or
Because
hops.
Like
we
alcohol.
tried making beer. I don't know if he needed beer plants for it.
No, it's got more like you probably went over like garlic, and how it can be used to make like a you can
This is
eat
a
it,
cookbook.
and it'll help with like wound rot, and you can make paste with it in it. You're just getting into it. It also goes over milk thistle. You can make a tea with milk thistle, and it'll help with like dizziness and stuff. Like at the end of like yeah.
An anti-nausea shit.
You should have really told me you were gonna do this today. That would have helped. Because I'm gonna have to be like, oh no, that doesn't do that later. We'll talk about it. We can make up herb names too.
Okay.
Yeah, I can write that down. I've been writing a whole bunch of shit down.
So I got garlic for
but
paste,
no,
milk thistle tea for dizziness. No, I'm not planning on making anything today. I'm just trying to
I know, but like mechanically, I don't know if it'll do anything.
get the
It might
book
just
ready
be RP.
so I know what's out there, what's available.
It might just be RP, and then if you want to take ones that have rough medicinal properties, you can make them into healing herbs, which is like a mechanical thing.
Okay. Like I said, I'm not doing anything right now. I'm just reading the book so I know what's there.
Okay.
I'm not planning on doing
Coolio.
anything this session with it.
Nothing fascinating yet, then I'm guessing?
Oh no, just your run-of-the-mill types of
Grass
wildflowers,
and leaves.
grasses, and milk thistle, and garlic, and It's quite a long book.
Cool.
Alright, as you guys kind of settle in after the morning's, I would say excitement, but not excitement, but the morning's activities. You settle into your place and kind of sit in, and another few hours pass, so it's probably been like 5-6 hours. The sun's getting high in the sky. And as you guys are walking through, or not walking, but riding on the cart, the terrain kind of starts to get drier, and the trees become more sparse, and they end up being like this. The trees start to change what types of trees there are, and as you keep traveling, a day goes by, and you guys at night do the same thing, set up camp. Are you guys gonna, is the wolf head an every night thing?
I don't think so.
I'm a man of ritual.
Okay, so
I don't.
Genesys puts up the wolf head again.
No, it's growing on me, or maybe it's just growing on itself.
Yeah, it's got maggots inside of it, and like flies flying on and off of it.
Perhaps we should try to clean this up a little before we
Can we clean this?
put it up there.
I'm gonna start to boil it. I'm gonna boil it.
Okay. I don't think that needs a check. I think you just need to put it in boiling water, which is a pretty...
Do we have a pot to do this in? Should we borrow one?
Yeah, I can borrow one.
Okay.
Does the cart have a pot?
I think so.
Okay.
That is something we should get, though.
Some cooking utensils and
Yeah,
shit.
for sure.
Excuse me, and I'll go to whoever's closest.
Step one.
No, like, of the caravan.
So in the back, it's the wood with metal plates on it, cart. Yeah.
Do you have a pot? Pretty big one.
In the sitting up front, it's like a big muscular guy with he's got kind of like scale metal armor on, and next to him you see the hilt of a sword. And you want a pot?
Yeah.
He just kind of looks at you for a second, and lingers, and they're just, why?
I want to clean off this skull. I need to boil it. I don't have a pot big enough.
And it doesn't seem to have made more sense to him. But after a moment, he kind of, alright, gets up, walks back inside of his cart, hops out and jumps on the ground. You just stopped moving, by the way, and it's like the sun is set. And he hands you a pot big enough for a skull. Make sure to clean it after.
Oh, of course.
What? Why are you boiling a skull?
I just want to get the meat loose. Want to clean it. Have the skull more bone than meat.
He kind of looks at you, and then kind of like looks back at the cart where you guys are all at. I assume Castus is setting up a tent, mildly confused.
I'm slowly doing it this time. I'm not showboating.
Alright. And he's like, alright.
He has confidence.
Whatever. And he hands you the pot. Gus.
Gus. Thank you, Gus. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Of course, I'll have it nice and clean for you. I'm done.
He just kind of grunts and turns around and As I'm hitching his horse.
Pleasant man. Yeah, I'll start filling it with some water from my water skin. I'm not gonna use too much. Maybe half. I'll just flip the skull over.
Yeah, that'll probably give it enough cover to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. I was sacrifice some water too.
Yeah, you guys didn't even get water, did you? Alright.
I thought I filled up a whole. I thought we filled up a bunch. Maybe we didn't.
Canteens only carry 2 days worth.
Uh-oh.
This is our second day, yeah?
Yeah.
So we'll have to stop tomorrow and get some.
Where?
Oh no.
We don't hear any rivers or anything, right?
I'd have to dig a hole.
No, so as you guys have been traveling, it's been getting drier and drier, and definitely picture African savanna kind of.
Okay.
It's hot. It's pretty dry. There's trees around, but it's just trees, and then that dirt, grass. It's a savanna. You guys have entered a savanna.
After we make camp and sit down, I would like to try to finish making my sheath.
Okay.
I made the materials last time.
Yeah.
I tore apart my old leather armor for it.
Yep. Go ahead and make a mechanics check for me.
Basically, I just want to fashion my leather armor into, draw it out towards this long.
Yeah. So you're able to get something
Rough day, buddy.
you make a sheath, but it's not long enough. It's a little loose. You have a sheath, it's just bad. It's a bad sheath.
It's better than the rags I...
Hey, Custis.
Yes.
You're not gonna be able to quickly draw it out of this.
What the hell was I using rags?
You just drop rags.
Maybe you should ask Gus. He looks like he has pretty good armor and a nice weapon, I noticed.
Is he... You said he was friendly?
Yeah, he let me borrow his pot.
Okay, fair enough.
As Karen's just got a fire and is poking a skull with a stick while things are friendly.
I'll walk over to Gus.
Be friendly, Castus.
I am nothing but friendly.
That is so true.
I don't know why I'm being a dad.
Alright, so as you approach, Gus is rubbing down his horse with the brush.
Oh. Just mental note.
And he's just kind of rubbing it down. There's a small fire going, and he put out a bucket of water in front of the horse and is drinking while he's rubbing down the back and flank.
Greetings, my name's Castus Nix.
Kind of looks at you and sees, big guy in chainmail. He's like, Gus Wood.
Gus Wood. Assertive name. I like it.
Military man.
Aye. Yourself?
Used to.
Me too. What do you use for a sheath? I've been trying to make one unsuccessfully for 3 days now.
Okay. Were you holding it up?
Yeah.
Good God, that's terrible.
Oh.
I mean, that's shit.
Look.
He puts his hand out.
Was told you were a nice person. I give him the sheath, not the sword.
And, looking at it. Have you ever worked with leather before?
Nope.
It shows.
Well, I figured,
Your creasing is too tight. The edges will catch.
Oh,
Keep your sword sharp. It'll cut right through.
my sword is very sharp.
And forgot to put a seam on this backside. It's just held together.
Okay, you were contributing a lot more knowledge than I had figured you would. No offense. Could you show me how to make one?
let me finish rubbing down the horse so it doesn't cramp. And
Oh.
Ooh.
I just look back at this.
It's actually a centaur.
Do they? Perchance, does your horse respond to clicks?
What do you mean?
Never mind. Yeah.
So-
I would love if you could show me how.
Come by in a few minutes. Let me
I'll
finish
just-
setting
I'll
up
just-
camp.
I'll just wait for you to do that.
I can help.
All right.
So he finishes using the brush and kind of massaging along the back muscles and down and up and down the leg muscles. Just rubbing all the muscles, make sure they're loose.
I take note.
The horse is finished drinking and eating, and then he sits down and puts a smaller pot and tosses some meat and just random vegetables into it. Starts making a small pot of food. And then he goes inside and reaches into the wagon and pulls out this soft leather bundle and puts it on his lap and kind of rolls it out, and it's a set of tools kind of tucked into their individual little slots. And do you have any more leather?
Just what I got from the armor.
Okay. So it'll probably take a little bit more of that.
I give him all of it.
He just put it down. Okay. And then can I see the weapon?
It's sure.
And as you
Slipped into it.
Ugh.
like very Ghostbusters into the ghost box.
Oopsies. Guys, we've gotta go.
Again?
like Fred Flintstone, like the.
Not sure where Gus went. Guys,
But,
Gus just took off running into the darkness.
So as he pulls the sword out, this gray, soft gray stone, almost metal sword with these engraving things. He's like, "Why did you get this? This is one of the finest swords I've ever seen."
Hand me down?
And he looks and kind of, And he starts laying the leather out, along the length of the sword, seeing how much material he needs to do, making some measurements.
Yes. I should have measured.
Yeah. So, where'd you do your service?
Corin. Yourself?
I was around the Imperial City. The mercenary man.
What type of work did you get?
Lots of merchant escorts and different things like that. I gave it up after having a few bad jobs and joined Corcoran. His lot.
Oh, I've had my fair share of bad jobs. What was the one that, was the breaking point?
Make a charm. Opposite of charm is coercion.
I don't think you roll against it. I have the social. I can't have the social thing up.
Oh, I have it right here. I made a thing. I should use it! Charm is cool. In what stat is cool? Willpower?
Presence.
No. presence. Okay. Go ahead and make a charm. He kind of, while he's, cutting the leather and threading different bits of thread through and making some of the seams and putting pins in to measure it, and he kind of, there's a long pause after you ask him. I was, working on a job in Re'uh, affecting a village, and the mayor hired me to get rid of some outlaws in the area. He paid me an alright amount of money, and me and some of the other men went out, and it was in the middle of the night. Told us where they were camping and that they were dangerous, and not let the element of surprise go. So we brought torches and started burning the carts they're in, and only after the first cart was lit and people started screaming did I realize that it was just a group of musicians, and they didn't have any fighting men. The other two that I was with started beating, and they cut down a woman and a man as he ran out of his cart, and as I saw they were going for more, I had to stop them, and I was yelling at them to stop, but they wouldn't listen.
Wow. Anyways, could you put these feathers on the sheath?
And just
I
kinda hurt.
hand up the 6 razor wing feathers that I have.
And
Sorry about your job gone bad.
these are some fucked feathers.
Got them from up north.
Puts them on kind of on like the trailing side, all along one side, kind of overlapped down along from like the top to about a quarter of the way down. Kind of a fan pattern. And left-handed or right-handed draw?
Usually depends on the situation, really.
You just want it up the middle of your back.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
He's fashioned some straps to it. 2 shoulder straps that kind of come down and around, and then a waist strap along
Maybe
the
like
lower side.
a little right-handed.
When he has you try it on, he puts the sword in it and puts it on your back. It fits well, and like the straps feel secure, but not like chafy and tight.
Awesome. Great work, Gus.
Look, my food's here, and I gotta get sleep. We've got another day of travel tomorrow.
Okay. Well,
Have fun with your skull.
Oh, yes, right.
You turn around and I have your 10-foot hole in the pot.
Stirring.
Yeah.
I knew that pole was going to be useful for everything. Have a good night, Gus.
Alright.
Maybe sometime on our road we can train together.
Sure, why not? Most of these bards and musicians and actors don't have any idea what to do with the weapon.
Oh, I can tell you. I'll look them up and down and be like, I know my way around a blade.
And Yeah, we'll see. And then he starts eating out of his little cup.
Yeah. Eat a little cup. We're fucking boiling in a wolf head, bitch.
You're wearing mud chainmail.
Yeah.
Alright, so Castos comes back with a new leather sheath on his back, and at this point, most of the flesh is flaked off, and the water's turned a pretty gross color. There's a lot of floating, bloated maggots in there. And like this weird gray meat stuff you have to kind of get out of it. The brain that's kind of cooked now, and it's this weird, rubbery texture.
A pretty thick, stick I find on the ground, if there is one.
Okay, you're just kind of mixing it up and doing that. Yeah. It's unpleasant.
I'm massaging piston. And clicking.
Okay. Make a survival check.
Continuously. Yes.
Oh.
Alright, so as you're rubbing out the muscles, piston you see starts to relax, and you feel just a little bit like you guys bonded some. And piston is less frustrated with you. Like when you look into one of his eyes, or you'd see
Her eyes.
oh yeah, it's a lady, isn't it?
I'm just massaging her calves and going, wait, gotta get those hammies.
But yeah, you guys have a little moment, and this is the most appreciative, this is the less frustrated and the most positive responses you've had from Piston, and you kind of lean on her as you're rubbing down one of the legs to get a good angle, and she leans back a little bit.
Good girl.
Alright. Anybody else during the whatever this night is, the skull boiling, horse rubbing?
Kaplan, do you need any of this dead wolf soup or magic?
I open my book. I close my book. Well, if you just want to reduce it down to a paste, I could throw it in a flask, save it for later.
Okay.
Or maybe I should do that.
You see me as I begin to pour out some of the liquid.
Not by the campsite, Cannon.
I'll go over and
We're sleeping close to
I'll throw some more logs under the fire.
It's right outside the front of the tent.
I'll throw some more logs on the fire and try to get it a little bit hotter to kind of boil off most of the water, break down some of the proteins, and try to get it into a paste that can be put into a flask.
He's making a sauce.
Yeah, with brain and pelt.
Mm-hmm.
So after you boil this most of the night, it smells.
Yep.
A little bit like melted hair. A little bit.
I'm not eating that one, Cap 1.
Rotted flesh. This wasn't a fresh skull.
It's been a few.
And it's not like a paste as much as it is a bunch of fibrous material.
Okay.
That is kind of shriveled up and rubber bandy. Like a powder more.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
I guess I would have a tool to be able to scoop it out once it's pretty dry and flask it out.
Yeah, you can. Yeah. You can put it in a little flask. Or pouch even. Anybody else tonight?
Is there any chance of finding water? I look.
You have lights at all? It's dark.
We have
Crystal.
crystals.
I know, I'm asking if you're using them.
Yeah, I would pull out the crystal.
Okay. So As this is all happening, make a survival check for me, Belle.
Rough.
So as you're kind of walking around and looking, it's like the hard packed dirt. There's some like brown dry grasses growing around, and you're not able to find any water. And even looking out in the distance, you don't see any signs of water. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So after you guys do that and mount your newly hot white, it's probably still kind of grayish, but this grayish white skull now without flesh. Are you guys like attaching the lower jaw?
Oh yeah.
Alright, imagine with some leather straps or something you can attach the jaw on. And the gorehound skull on a 10-foot collar next to your tent. Piston is sleeping, laying down on the other side, far away from the spot at which there was a bunch of meat water poured on the ground. And you guys settle in. The next day goes by pretty similarly. Another long day with a hot sun.
I
You
keep
guys
my
want to
shirt
talk
on.
to anybody again?
I'll try, like, with, like, I don't know if we have, like, a rag or anything in our wagon, but I'll try to, like, wipe the inside of the pot of whatever dust or remnants is in there.
Yeah, I'd say with some elbow grease. There's, well, are you gonna use magic?
I can use
It
precipitation or
would
whatever
be,
it's called.
so like without anything and just dry rubbing it, like you guys cooked something down until there's nothing. Like there are remnants like really cooked on there.
Yeah, I'll use some utility magics for it.
Alright, so I only make you roll for it, but just take 2 strain. Actually you'll probably sleep it off, so I wouldn't worry about it. But yeah, so as Cannon's sitting there scrubbing, and then you see him kind of scrub a little bit harder, and like there's these little bits at the bottom and like just some discoloration that won't come off. He starts to kind of whistle or sing. I don't know how you want to do your music.
I hum when I clean.
Okay. And after a little bit you hum and you kind of feel the magic of the music come out, and you hum, and then it starts to kind of flake off, and the whole of the thing like is basically spotless after. Like this is a shining metal.
Better than when I got it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Belle, I've noticed you haven't tried to make any friends with anyone on the caravan.
And
It's gonna be a long trip. It might be lonely if you just keep to yourself. Are you doing alright?
yeah, just forward to reaching the Imperial City.
You're worried about it?
I'm worried about it.
What for?
For a doctor.
What?
I'm looking for a doctor.
Oh.
Imperial City.
What would you need a doctor for? You look healthy.
On the outside, maybe.
Ah. Well, we've all got our troubles. Anyways.
That was a lot to talk to.
I hope we have an opportunity to correct, our, what happened at Stones Brook.
Hope so too.
Good. I think that's all we can do is make up for mistakes.
Yeah, we certainly made mistakes.
Yes. I tried to stop Bonnie, but
I don't think we could ever repay his wife for her losses.
yes. Poor Elma. We burned down the inn and her life. And then we just left.
We didn't have much other choice.
I know.
Time.
But maybe we can do better from here on out.
Yeah, maybe. Hopefully we don't kill any more innocent people.
Would you like to write down? Sometimes it helps me write down what my thoughts and feelings, and it makes me feel a little better.
Have anything to write with?
I hand her my ink well and ink like feather pen thing, and
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take it and I'll like rip or I'll just like in the very like back page of the book I was reading or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Scribble furiously.
Okay. So you hand Isabella, and she seems to kind of take it, and she's writing in like the front margins and like the blank spaces between pages. She's just kind of adding wherever she wants, enthusiastically. And the next day comes up. Pack up, get piston hitched, and the caravan carries on much of how it was. You guys, I don't think have any more water.
I was just
Yeah.
about to run up and maybe ask for some.
everyone of the caravan, we have no water back here.
The caravan doesn't answer. Like, you guys are in the back, and it's like moving, and it's probably a few hundred feet long.
Kind of noisy from all the
Yeah, there's
wagons
horses and wagons
chatter
rattling. Yeah, you guys wake up. You don't have any water.
Guys, give me all your water skins.
Give my water skin to.
Yeah, me too.
Same.
Do we have an extra one
I don't.
for the horse?
Just the four of us.
How are we
Okay.
doing on wheat?
You've probably gotten halfway through one of the barrels.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll run up to. Which one has the Oh. I'll run up to Corcoran.
So,
We got along.
it was probably when you were the first night helping Betty cook and set up. She's probably got a few barrels of water
Okay, I'll
that
go.
she would have been using to cook and stuff. So you'd have seen those, but you can also go talk to Corcoran as well.
No, I'll go to
whichever one.
Who did you say? Sorry, Betty.
Betty.
Betty, the old lady that you helped to make food with.
Yeah, I'll go up to Betty. Betty.
And so you run up, you look in a few of the cards, and Betty, and then like the people up front just kind of keep pointing forward, and she's probably the third one back. And up front, there's a young boy, like 13, 14, like almost grown up, but not quite. Up in front, and Betty, and then he like looks. You ask for Betty, and he looks back, and he's like, "Betty, there's one of the new guys is here." And you see like this older lady's head pop out through this like cloth curtain in the like it's a purple curtain with the yellow painted wagon around it, and you see her, and she's kind of just long, like straight white gray hair, probably about down past her shoulders a little bit, like the middle of the back, like long hair. And, what? Hello. Oh, Cannon.
Yes, Betty, hi.
Hi. How are you?
Quite thirsty actually. It looks like us back there ran out of water. Is there any possible way you can spare some? Just to fill up these water skins, that's all I need.
Oh. Forgot your water. You know we're going into a very hot place. Didn't you know? What were you thinking back in Corn?
I didn't know this.
You know you shouldn't go on the road unless you're ready. And she kind of leans down and she's like, "We'll give him here." And she takes all of them and goes back, and she keeps like giving random like advice and like telling you, you know, not that you shouldn't know, you should plan ahead, and kids these days never plan ahead. Like that kind of spiel while she's back there. And then
I look at the kid.
and he just kind of looks at you and gives you like the.
Does he have a Regis ball in his cart?
Damn it, I forgot to buy one.
You can ask. But she hear, Thomas, this is what I'm talking about. Always have a list. You need a list. You go to the when you're resupplying, you have a list.
Great, another Thomas.
I know, Betty. Common name, okay? Shut up. Something no knees. Old Jimmy no knees. His name is Diggory. No, I said Thomas. It's fine. There's another Thomas. I don't remember the first Thomas.
He died
That's why I don't remember.
in the cave.
He was just a plot device.
Useless.
He comes back out with the 4 water skins full.
Okay. Thank you, Betty. I really do appreciate it.
Now, if we don't get more, we're gonna have to start rationing out our water. We weren't planning for you guys to not have any water. It should be okay. I think we'll make it, but
It's our
Corporal doesn't like.
responsibility. It's our responsibility. I'll make sure these fellows with me will ration their own water with this.
All right. Corbin doesn't like freeloaders. Carry your
Understood.
weight.
Yes, miss. Have you made this travel before?
Oh, probably. I don't remember. I've been traveling for 30-something years.
Do you know if there's a house or a new town up ahead, or?
Well, I think we're... Yeah, and I said, well, what was it? Are we in Corn? Where are we?
We were in Corn.
No. We're going to Fort Broken. No, we're going to Sutton. We were at Fort Broken. Sutton, I think. Oh, that sounds right, Sutton. It's a few days still, but... Oh, we'll figure it out. They'll probably have water if they'll give it to us. But then we'll figure it out. It'll be okay.
Okay. Well, I owe you one. Thank you, Betty.
Okay. Kind of ducks back in out of the sun.
Yeah.
Also, the sun is beating down on you guys.
Yeah. Can I try to set up the tent onto the wagon?
Yeah. Is anyone gonna help?
I will help.
I shouldn't.
Alright. Go ahead and make a survival check. Let's do mechanics, I think. You're kind of like attaching it.
Oh boy. Okay.
Should I help with this?
Yes.
I think we need as much help as we can get.
Ooh, I will
Step
help.
one, you get that corner. Bell, you get that side, and I'll get
Okay.
this side.
I put the book away and get on
So,
that start.
what are your stats?
Don't
I have
ever ask me
0
that
in
question again.
mechanics. 0 and 2 intellect, so I have 2 green dice in mechanics.
I have a yellow and
Okay.
green in mechanics.
I have 1 green.
Alright. So I'm just gonna do this. And collectively, after some struggle and the wobbles of being on a moving cart while trying to set up a tent and mount it to the frame, there was some pulling and tugging and like getting shouty at each other. On like Cap One got quite a bit frustrated when you guys kept doing stuff that he thought was like, these fucking idiots can't set up a tent right. At one point, Cannon was just pulling on a rope.
So now our tent is above
Not
like
attached to
in a
anything.
covered wagons,
Yeah, like you've mounted it to the frame.
and on the the apex of the front is just the gorehound head skull.
Okay. So you guys are basically made a covered wagon as well.
Sweet. I like it.
All right, so
I
you guys are,
stand proud. Look at what I've just done.
Cannon's like standing on the front like George Washington crossing the Potomac.
Yes, exactly like that. Feeling whatever hot breeze is blowing at me.
Yeah, this hot, dusty air.
Catching it in the mouth.
And as you guys are, after you successfully make it, whoever's up front, you guys are looking around, and after a little bit, you guys start to hear some, oh, what's that? And you see people pointing up in the caravan in front of you off to the right. There's like on the horizon, there's like this dust kind of up, like a small plume of dust coming, and you guys start watching it, and I don't know if you guys say anything, but you see like on the horizon right now a plume of dust. But whoever's up front, probably Castus, since he wasn't helping, he was probably driving.
And me.
Yes.
I was standing. I'm still
Yeah.
standing.
Yeah, so you guys see this plume of dust on the horizon, and you wait. It starts to get taller.
I poke my head out the front. What's all the hubbub, buds?
Just some dust.
Oh, okay. And I go back into the tent.
I poke my head out now. Is it a sandstorm?
No, it's like a plume. And as you guys keep watching and more time passes, at the bottom you start to see this brown mass. Then as it starts getting closer, you see that they're animals. And as they start getting even more closer, you start to hear this thunder of hooves.
Stampede. That's
And,
what kind of animals they are.
As you get closer, you start to see the big spiraled horns. And it's the same kind of creature that you guys saw on the lumber road. But it's a herd of them, several hundred.
Let's get one.
Going away.
Dude, we could use another skull.
It's probably like a mile away, but it's pretty flat and open. But you guys hear the thunder of hooves, and you see the dust kicked up by them, and they just keep on running.
Are they being chased?
Nope, it's just like a stampede. You don't see anything chasing them.
I would like to get my bow out and like try to maybe I hop off the wagon since we're not going super fast and just like ready an arrow or like kind of get into a position.
Yeah, so you just walk alongside with an arrow notched.
Yeah.
They're not gonna get that close. They're not just gonna approach.
Okay. I'm just
Well,
like, I guess I
they're
would
not
be like
gonna
kind of
get in
watching
range.
and seeing what like
Yeah,
direction
so-
they're.
As they're running in the same direction as you, but they're probably a mile offset. They kind of came up and then saw you guys and kind of turned. They saw the caravan and turned, and they just keep thundering on by. It's probably mid-morning, maybe
How far
late
away are
morning.
they?
Several hundred yards.
Is Gibby the closest cart to us?
There's Gus and then Gibby.
I'd rather go up. I would like to. Can we move up?
With the cart?
Yeah.
Alright, so with a little bit of goading, but you're starting to kind of get the hang of do it, so I'm going to give you a boost die, but make another riding check.
Oh yeah, baby.
He's listening.
Yeah, after like a second, and you click, and you figure out, you kind of give, instead of like just aggressively like whipping them up and down and just having a jiggle on the reins, you kind of do like a quick little like light like flip of the leather on its back.
Yee!
And Piston responds, takes you
Ooh.
up.
He responds to yee-yees.
She takes you up past. Where are you going? To Gibby?
As we pass Gus, I just go, and then we go up to Gibby.
He just kind of looks at you and gives a slight nod back. And you approach Gibby, and you hear riding next to Gibby's cart is loud. There's a lot of rattling and like metal clanging, and like imagine just a bunch of loose metal lanterns and pots and pans just going over a bumpy road, and like clinks and bangs, and you hear as you get close. Oh, fuck you, Rose!
Okay. Gibby!
Fucking mule.
Gibby!
No, g'day!
What do we do in a situation like this?
Like what?
Lots of, do I know what type of animals those are?
Gazelles, weren't they gazelles?
I mean, we can come up with a name for an animal. But they're basically gazelles. They're like elk gazelles.
What'd you say?
Was eggs.
Deer horns.
An animal species name generator.
Yes. If it's anything as good as no knees.
What's the first one you see?
Yeah.
It's the first one.
Yeah.
I can't, it's got snowy in the name.
Man shark.
Savannah.
What's the next?
Sandy.
The tangerine fish. He's the border Dalmatian.
Yes. That.
No. I don't know
These are
about that.
terrible animal. This is the worst. We're gonna try another name generator. Fantasy names.
There we go.
How do you say that? How is the double L pronounced in this word?
Like llama?
Yeah. Just Lazags. Lazags.
Gibby, with all them zags over there. It's shorthand, I'm from here.
Yeah, we've got a bunch of zags.
Oh yeah, I forgot it's gonna sound good with an Aussie accent.
Yeah, but I wouldn't worry about it, and
Are they running from something?
how'd I know that? Think I'm out there running with them?
Okay.
You having a laugh?
Yeah.
Can
You having a laugh at me, mate?
How hard is it to hunt one down in a stampede?
I suppose you just have to get close enough and toss an arrow in.
I just look at Belle.
I think she's gonna chase him.
Well,
I mean, she's a top lass, but I don't know. There's a
I'm gonna
Scottish
run after
in there,
him.
too.
I'm just gonna run after him.
Okay,
get him, Belle, get him!
you go and you
With the
chase,
bow ready.
Bell's gonna die.
and you're going, and you chase them for a few hundred yards at like a full sprint, and you don't catch them.
I stop.
Take 5 strain.
I just realized that they're like
You're
getting
like
so
you get
far
to the
away.
point where you're like doubled over, like hands on knees, just like. And you see the
Just
caravan.
stop anyway.
Like getting far away, and I start walking back
You're
to
like
the road.
500 meters out, and you're just exhausted. And you turn around and come back, and after probably 10 minutes to walk back, she took her time. Come back.
I didn't get him.
Yeah, right, quick one, aren't you? Think you can run down a zag. What's she doing?
I've seen her do it before.
You see this one here? You see
Yep.
she run down a zag.
He's a quick one. Your accent's catching on to me.
It'll do. That'll do. Yeah. You know where I'm from, Voldendam.
Yes, I heard that. What's it like over there?
The accent's considered quite seductive.
Oh my god.
Can't say,
Bell just says, "Is it?"
Women over here, they, I don't know, it wandered so much.
It's okay.
Now they walk in and everybody's looking. Who's that? Look at her. They see my luscious beard, and they see the looks. They see old Gibby the Lion. And he's like 5'6", and he's like hitting little flexes. Gibby the Lion and Imperium. And the Imperium I would absolutely slay.
how did you get the nickname the Lion?
He kind of looks at you,
Adam?
and like he's like massively hairy, and like it looks like a big lion's mane. He goes,
Flip my glorious hair.
"Because I chase women down the ferocity of a lion."
Okay.
You can make a make a vigilance check.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not why. You can tell that's not
Not
why
true.
he's called Gibby the Lion.
I mean, with a name like Gibby, you must be slaying everything.
Nah, this guy gets it.
Well, Gibby, what are you doing on the caravan?
Well, you know, these Corporan and his lovely lass he's got. They needed a man of impeccable skill. They got
And-
Gibby. I'm
Do another vigilance roll.
You know, they needed a mage, a tinker, someone who can do more of the mystical arts. Every now and then I hit the Australian accent pretty well, and other times it's
Yeah.
not at all close.
They're pretty good. Solid C+.
At best. Good on ya.
Hello, Gibby. I don't really have any questions. Just
Want some beer?
what? Beer on your
Well, yeah, I brew.
cart? You brew beer on your cart?
I brew, and then like you see, the cart kind of hits a bump, and like you hear this clang, 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 like there's just a bunch of like metal and glass like banging around, and then just, God damn it, Rose! Yes, it's full Scottish. God damn you stupid beast! You raging cunt! I don't know, guys. I'm sorry.
Which when we stop tonight, we are going to share a pint.
I don't know, I don't know, dude. I'm everywhere with this.
And
It's so bad.
I just look back at the rest of the
Good on you, mate. It's alright.
the crew underneath our.
We can get pissed later. Bryce doesn't break all the bottles, and he just like slaps her with like a long reed that's like a switch, like a grass reed.
Wow.
She doesn't respond.
Who is? Nah, forget it.
It's not a horse either. This is like a mule.
Oh, I thought it was someone in the.
Me too.
No, Rose is the mule.
Oh. I thought it was his wife in the back of the car.
A stick.
Cooking the beer!
Dude, that's what I thought also.
You're right, beast! Just beat her with a switch and she's not responding. Oh god. Jesus.
No, it's the mule, guys.
Okay.
I didn't make that clear.
You did
The
say
mule
it. You
has
said
a
it was.
people name.
You said it earlier, but I didn't. Yeah, okay.
On
Amazing.
that note, can we stop for a break to recuperate
Yeah, I
ourselves?
need a snack.
We're back.
I don't remember what was happening other than you guys thought he was beating his wife.
He was saying he was gonna have a pint with
This
Cass.
little aggressive hairy man just vigorously beating his wife while yelling at her.
Breaking my still, woman.
This is grim.
It's a
Gibby,
mule.
if you do clicks, it helps. Helps.
I just dumb
Jeez.
wouldn't know a click if she had it.
Oh, that's right.
Full Scottish. God damn it. I don't have a hook to Australian. I don't know how to enter.
Oi.
Oi.
Oh,
Oi, mate.
he's a right looker, ain't she?
There it is. Well, anyways, when we stop for the night, should have a drink. I've never drank with a lion before.
Well, you can blow the froth off a few.
I like that terminology. I mean,
His cast is doing that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, you got a nice voice there. You are from Volendam as well?
Not at all. I don't even know where that is.
Well, fuck me dead. That
Had to.
Sounds good. You know, you sounded like a civilized guy for a second. Sorry. It comes out of me, and then I'm like, nope.
I'm from Corin, so not too far from here. Couple days. I mean, you know.
Corn, a bunch of militant cunts, aren't you? Always having a fight over nothing.
Well, I mean,
Oh, he went south, I went north.
we are competitive, yes. I wouldn't say we're always fighting.
Now, the only thing I can say good about Corin's contribution, Regis Bowl. Fight, good game that is.
Oh, I'm glad you're a fan, Gibby.
You know about Regis Ball?
Oh, I've seen a game or two. Even known to, you know, where they called me the Lion in the Imperium.
Oh, yeah.
That's why.
Make a vigilance check.
He's such a bullshitter.
It's not why you call me the Lion.
Gibby, when we get to Imperial City, let's get a team going. A little let's get a game, and I'd love to play a game with the Lion. I was a halfback myself. Growing up.
Halfback.
So.
You know, Gibby, they put old Gibby.
Oh, I know.
He was the deep forward.
Oh, I can tell. Gibby, you look like a forward if I've ever seen one.
You know, it's not just forward though; it's date forward.
Deep forward.
It's gotten so far from where it started.
God, this back half is going off the rails.
We've strayed.
All
Where did we
right,
go
okay.
wrong?
It's
Gibby,
okay.
I think we're gonna be great friends.
You know, to have a few drinks and maybe
Do you
we'll get
have
a
a
game
Regis
going.
ball perchance in your?
Oh yeah, I'll probably find one back here.
Fallen.
And he just kind of leans back, and you hear just rattling. You know, when I was playing, and he's got a Regis ball.
Yes.
You know, I thought when I was leaving in, I was looking forward to playing a game, but none of these guys like to play.
Well then, it looks like we're gonna have a game of pickup here once we
He tosses it over to you.
catch it. It's like a leathery
I
medicine
feel
ball.
like it's a tradition of ours to roll for tossed items.
Catch it and showboat.
It is 100% a coordination check, please.
It's also a range check.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I forgot.
If you're gonna make me roll, give me the lion.
Give me the lion. Give me the lion. He's a forward. He's not known for his passive game. So you're short range. Does that make it 1?
Yeah, I mean that would be the case.
It's not right at you.
All right.
I'll make it, since it wasn't right at you, I'll make it an average coordination check. You're gonna have to try a little bit. No. And you said you played
Gibby, you throw like a deep forward, that's for sure.
fuck yeah. You're alright, bastard. Alright. My ball's growing, you better get it. Oh, Gibby's not getting off the old. If I do, Rose will she'll take it and run off like a stupid bitch she is.
Jesus, where have we gone?
Dude, he hates his mule. I had that written down. That's a character thing. He hates the mule.
Alright, I get off and get the Regis ball. And,
Toss it this way.
I give it a short toss to Cannon.
Please make a range check.
Where is it? There it is.
On point. It's a good toss.
Alright, so I'm going to give you a boost for the extra success. Make a coordination check, Cannon.
Hey!
Good pass. Good pass. Good pass.
I just look at Gibby. That's how you throw a Regis ball, Gibby.
Oh, Gibby's like, we're looking forward to it. We're going to have a good game on us later.
Yeah, I mean, pretty physical game. I don't know how much, the Lion.
You know why they call me the Lion? Because I'm quick like a lion. You can't
Vigilance.
just run. You can't just run and jump on the back of a lion. All right, go for it. It might be why they call him a lion.
I haven't seen you run.
Why?
You might be quick. Alright, anyways.
I'm like a Re'uh that's been hit with a didgeridoo. The daddy literally facepalm.
Wow.
I'm sorry, Australia. I'd like to apologize to all of Australia. I also feel like this episode's title should be "Do you know why they call me the Lion?"
That's good.
Alright, so after you guys chatted with Gibby for a while, through some shit, you heard several different stories of why they call him the Lion. You're not sure if any of them are actually why they call him the Lion.
This reminded me of Honest Greg.
I feel like it's probably a. Probably like a. He's probably a coward. They call him a lion. I have a feeling that's the story is.
I'll take that into
Campaign the Wizard of Oz. Is that our campaign right now?
You know why they call me the Lion? Because I'm a pussy. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
As you guys keep traveling on, passes noon, probably 4 or 5 in the afternoon in the summer, so it's still plenty bright out. Whoever's up front, make a perception check for me.
Yes, sir.
I feel like I've been up there.
I both hate and love that I chose to do an Australian accent because I can't do it. Every now and then there'll be a sentence where it was like, "Oh, that was Australian," and then it immediately just goes. All right, so Casta says you're sitting up front, above and in front. You start to see these black birds on the horizon. And as you look in close, you start to see that they're circling. They're circling around And you spawn them probably a little bit out, and after like maybe an hour, you guys are heading in their direction. You start to get close, and you see that they're circling, and then they kind of dive down. And it's almost in front of you, so you see it kind of disappear. And after a little bit, you hear a halt called at the front. And, yeah, you stop. Make a fighting check for me.
Every time.
Oh, what are we summoned for, eh?
You piston
Perfect.
reins in and you hear callbacks like, what? Why have we stopped? It's a bloody blistering day out. Why are we having to stop? No. Gibby's yelling. And you hear called back from the front, Alvelton! And Castus would probably know what these are. I don't think anyone else has been this far south in this land.
Is the most south I've ever been, though.
Okay, so make a knowledge education check then.
Everyone?
No, just you. They wouldn't have any idea, I don't think. I mean, other people can, but it's going to be harder.
Yeah,
You
so
guys
what
can
I'm
if you
trying
want.
just to be fun.
Okay.
Try it.
Knowledge
Go
adventure.
for it.
Knowledge education.
Education.
Oh boy. Yep.
Alright, so Cap1, you know that he's you've heard these, they're not like really common, but there's like an obscure, for some reason you were reading about the savannah in the Kingdom of Corn, and one of the creatures mentioned was an Avelton, which is small, approximately the size of like a large dog, not like a massive dog, but a large dog. And they have kind of like hyena-like faces with short forearms with claws and opposable thumbs on it, so like claw hands. And then the rear legs are like a dog. So it's kind of like a raccoon, but it's more hyena shaped. And out of its back, it has two wings that are made of flesh and bones.
Do they fly? Or
Rather
are they
than
like
feathers.
penguins?
They can fly. They come out of their back kind of like a drake. So it's got four limbs, but then wings out of the back.
Okay.
So dorsal wings.
A gargoyle.
And you know that they're scavengers, and they hunt smaller. Like they do hunt in groups, but nothing crazy.
Acastus,
Yeah, Cap one.
did he say Aveltons?
I believe that's what I heard.
Oh. Well, those are small flying hyena creatures. We could potentially kill a couple.
Are they
for-
dangerous?
Oh, they've known to be dangerous in packs for sure. From what I've read, of course. I've never seen one in real life, but if memory serves correctly.
Okay, should we see why we stopped?
Well, yeah. I'll hop out of the back of the cart and start headed towards the Corpwin's cart.
Yeah, he's up at the front.
I'll start heading up that way. And is anybody else coming with?
Yeah, I'll join.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go.
I'll go up there.
I'll stay with Piston.
I'll say,
Did you guys kind of get to the front?
Corpwin? Cap 1?
You see Gus. I said he was Gus, right? The guy.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Let me scribble out this name because I wrote it down earlier and I'm not used to it. You see Gus dismounting as well and heading up front. And as you get farther up, you see the gentleman Enzo, who had talked to you earlier. He was the guy with the barrel guy. He's the French-ish accent guy, Enzo. Dismounting, and he's stringing a bow. And you just walk up to the front with Corcoran. Well, gentlemen, it seems we have got a few scavengers up ahead.
Oh, do we need to take care of them?
It's better to take them out just in case, we don't want to be snuck up on sleeping now that they've seen us and might fancy themselves getting a free meal out of a cart during the night.
Well, how many do you suppose there might be?
You guys can see them. There are 5.
Okay.
They're a few hundred yards away, and they're kind of eating, and then looking up as well.
Okay.
They're starting to take a little notice. They're a little bit away.
I'll pull my bone staff out and just follow suit.
What are they eating? Can we tell?
It's one of the
Gazelle things.
The mango fish, or whatever it was called. Oh yeah, the zags. Oh, do you fancy yourself a mage?
Oh, I dabble a bit here and there. Speaking of which, I believe there's one traveling with you. Where is he?
Oh, Gibby, he's not so much for combat, Gibby. If pressed, he can do it, but we don't make him fight if we need it. That's usually what Gus and Enzo take care of. But now that, well, you guys are here and seem to know what you're doing, would you like to take these?
Oh, I fancy myself a scrap any day.
I'd like to see what they can do.
Show me what you got.
It seems as if our friends are thirsty for our workout. They have drank some of our water, so they must earn it.
Oh yeah, that seems like a fair trade. Blood for water. Been there.
Do you expect to be hurt from these? Yes, it's just a few of the
Oh
Vultun.
oh no, it's their blood for your water. That's all.
I do not drink blood.
Come again?
All right. They're done. And I just start walking towards them.
Cannon, you start seeing your friends walk towards some
Oh yeah, I forgot Cannon's there.
wild animals.
I holler back.
The whole caravan
obnoxiously.
stopped?
Yeah, everybody stopped. They're waiting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I want to holler back at Cannon obnoxiously. Cannon! We're going to kill some small animals!
Okay. I'll be
Would
there
you
in a
like to
second.
join us?
Yes.
We're leaving soon!
And then I just hop off the cart.
I can go and make sure your cart does not go anywhere. Your horse seems mildly trained at best.
Definitely trained.
I go up to Piston. I go up to
So-
Piston.
Enzo
You be
starts
good,
walking
Piston.
back. Piston just kind of looks at you and kind of starts grazing on some of the grasses, standing still.
I give her a kiss.
Okay.
On the cheek.
You give her like okay.
Horsey kiss.
You pull her head up and you're like, "Hey, Piston."
Yeah. Be good.
Okay.
Remember we stole the horse.
And as you pass Enzo, he's walking by with his bow unstrung now. Good luck. Do not let them latch on. They have sharp teeth.
That will not happen.
I'm talking to Cannon. He's way back.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah. I look at my bow and his bow. just to compare.
His
My
is
reflex.
yeah. So his is a little bit longer hunting bow, but it's got wood on the front, and then the back side is bone. So it's a different style, but it does seem pretty fine.
As
And so as you guys meet up,
we
you're extreme range away at the front, and we can roll initiative. Cool.
can we get closer first?
Can we sneak up on him?
Yeah, I would actually.
And
That's a snake.
before we initiate combat, I would like to say to the group, before we initiate, I'd like to get us prepared first. Why am I talking like this? Before we
Dude, the accent's traveling between people. we can only do one accent at a time, and it's random.
Before we get started, let me get us nice and prepared there, guys. Okay?
Are you okay, Capricorn?
So the heat's starting to get to me. I'm used to the dryness, but the it's starting to affect my frontal lobe here.
I don't know what the frontal lobe is.
It's this right here.
Yes, and you can see I'm starting to get sunburnt, like...
Yeah, you guys are all sunburned if you've been sitting out front too long. Especially, well, I don't know, Cap One's probably okay.
Melanin is doing me just fine.
Cap One's like this weird species of pale but doesn't burn.
Because he's dead.
Just gets slimier.
I just get more clammy.
Yeah, it just gets like really clammy.
His skin just dries up to the bone.
So can we get like maybe within long to medium range without them noticing?
You can try.
I can go up ahead if you guys want me to.
Are you okay?
Because I have.
I pull out my sword slowly
We should also
and crouch.
we should
crouch
stay close
down.
to start out.
Alright, so you guys can make a group stealth check. Or I guess everybody just make a stealth check.
Okay.
I mean, so there's 5 of them. So it's using minion rules, so it's gonna be a little tougher.
Sorry, hold on.
The
Yeah,
perceptive scavengers.
there's just 5 of them, and they saw it. You came from big wagons.
True. They didn't see me. I don't know.
Dang.
You guys are not being stealthy.
We're in the savannah, Caston.
Alright, so as Castus kind of crouched down and like gets really low and pulls his sword out and starts like going through the bushes with like sword
Elmer
forward.
Fudd.
Yeah. You guys just kind of keep walking, and they very much see you and roll cool initiative.
Dun 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 dun. Battle music.
Actually, it should be this. Also, there shouldn't be red dice. Sorry, team. Do you just roll again, everybody? Instead of going back and... We're probably going first. What is the strongest roll I've ever seen on that many dice?
Fuck.
So we're all rolling again.
Wait. Whoa. Oh, minions.
Rolling again.
Yeah, there's 5. So it's a minion group of 5, so it's upgraded a lot.
Okay.
Because they're all collectively like aware, so if one of them sees you, they're gonna make noises.
Right.
Wow. I want my first roll.
Alright, so it will be the Evelton group. And then Castus, Cap 1, no? Where'd Cannon? Cannon, did you roll?
I did.
Heal the second time after I got rid of the red dice.
Oh no, sorry. Do that again.
Yeah.
Where are
Alright, so cannon. Castus. Cap 1. No. Alright, so you guys are long range away. And you see them, like, see you, and they just kind of like, and they start, like, yupping and, like those weird, like, laughy hyena noises, and they start to they kind of jump off the carcass, and they all start approaching, kind of hunched down, and their wings tucked down close to their side, and they're approaching you, and they close in one of the range bands, so now they're medium range away from you guys. Cannon's up. Remember, you guys are doing your own difficulties, and I'm ahead. What are you doing?
Yes. I will notch a bow and shoot him with the bow.
Alright.
What does unwieldy mean again? Unwieldy.
Unwieldy means that you need
Agility.
agility equal to the thing, or else it's harder to use.
So,
So what unwieldy rating is it?
a 2.
And what's your agility?
2.
So it's fine. No setbacks or anything.
Okay.
Okay. It's like you have to good enough to use it, basically. Have the natural skill to use it.
And how would I know purple dice?
So medium ranged is 2 for a ranged attack.
Okay. So this would be 2.
Yep.
And I shall fire.
All right. So does it have any other qualities?
Nope.
Okay. Reflex doesn't pierce or anything? Nope. Cool. Okay. So that's 10 damage. And go ahead and take a strain. As you're pulling back, you sneak up, and you kind of see them approaching. You get up from your sneaking position, knock an arrow, pull back, and as you pull on this bow for like the first time really testing it, it starts really hard, and as you pull back, the recurve kind of bends in, and then the tips start to flare back, and you get a nice pull on this, and you let go, and it feels good as it leaves, and it flies up and strikes. Excuse me. One of them in just like right in the eye, and it flies in, and one of them just drops, and you just hear this like go,
Good shot, Cannon.
and you
Thank
see
you.
them start going. So as you release, then so right as Cannon pulls back, Castus, you're getting ready to go. An arrow flies by.
I move closer to them.
All right, so you're short range now.
Yeah, and then I would like to use my talent challenge,
Okay.
and I shout as loud as I can in the savannah, to where everyone in the caravan can hear me hopefully,
Okay.
and go, foul creatures, you will be ended by us. And
Okay.
they get boost die when attacking me, and 2 setback dice until attacking anything else until the end of the encounter.
That's just the talent.
Yep.
That's dope. Did it take strain or anything to do that?
Nope. Once per encounter.
Okay, cool. Dope. Alright, so you guys, an arrow flies over, Castus charges up and just like shouts at them. Cap one, what are you doing?
I'm gonna use my signature spell to cast Barrier.
Okay.
I should probably use Divine Magic to do this. It's going to be Barriers 1 plus 2 minus 1. Right.
Get ready, Squeak. Get it going. What you got? What are you confused about?
I got too many windows open. That's all. Well, here we go.
Uh-oh. Alright. Put the upgrades in and roll it.
Nope. Petered out.
You didn't change the roll.
Oh, sorry. I need to change the roll.
Double upgrade. Yeah, you're doing it.
Upgrade. Upgrade. There we go.
Alright, so you reach in and you mentally reach out to Kazradon and you feel this presence and how many people does it target?
3. So I'm targeting Castus,
3.
Bell, and Kanan.
Alright, so as you reach out, you see all your friends, 2 of them next to you, and Castus up front. You feel Kazradon's presence, and you project his power onto your allies, and you guys see this almost like glitter field. It's like clear, but every now and then if you look directly at it, there's like a shimmer of this clear white shimmering light around you guys, and you guys feel the familiar presence of a barrier around you from Cap 1.
And with the 2 uncancelled success, it adds an extra defense or extra soak, so it'd be a 2 soak added.
Okay. Where? So you did additional targets?
Mm-hmm. Plus, I use my signature spell.
How do you use additional targets? Do you have to spend something to get additional targets?
It increases
Spend
the
advantage
difficulty.
or success?
It increases the difficulty per target. And then I use my signature spell, which reduces the difficulty by 1. So I get 2 additional targets for the price of 1, essentially. And then I get 1 additional reduced damage per 2 uncancelled success.
Yeah, so you just do it once.
You have to concentrate.
And it's 1 additional target is affected, and then it says extra advantages can be spent to add additional targets. So
Save 2.
you get 2 people, because you don't have any advantages to spend it forward. So which one of those 2 you want it to be? Or which one of there's 2 of the 3?
Well, my signature spell adds +2 additional target.
Right, but it only goes once. So you do the additional targets once,
So then it should have
you
just
can
been,
then add additional advantage.
So then I need to change that to just be 1
Right.
purple.
So just unupgrade it and roll it again.
So that'll be 3.
Yeah, so you can use the advantage to get the 3rd target.
Okay, so that'll be cast this spell in Kanan at 3, increase 3 soak. 1 plus 2, 1 plus 1 per 2 uncancelled success.
You can only add 1 additional soak as well. So it's every 2 additional past the first, so the first one doesn't count. So you only have 3, so you can only do 1 extra soak.
And further reduce it by 1 for every uncancelled 2 success past the first. Okay. That's
Yeah.
Okay, so this has been changed since I wrote my book.
Nope.
No?
I don't think these have been changed. I think they're just directly OG. Okay, so everybody has two extra soak?
Mm-hmm.
There's everybody but Cap 1 has 2 extra soak. Cool. And then take the 2 strain for the cast.
I did that.
Alright. Bells up. Barrier flickering.
I'm gonna
You
shoot
saw
an arrow.
Aaron just take one out. Castus yelled. Medium range, so 2 difficulty for a range attack.
Yes, I am ready.
And roll it.
I'm not ready. On the wrong tab.
2 new bows in the group. They're made in
Oh!
After you see Cannon
Nice
just
shit dice.
whip up
Sorry.
and arc his beautiful recurve bow, you pull up your nice, well-made short bow and you pull back and you're like, oh yeah, here we go. and you send it into the shrubbery, just missing one of them. But you can pass the advantage on.
I will do that.
What's one advantage get?
Boost.
I think your boost die. Alright, so you can pass that to Cannon will be the next team player. But next we have our guys, Voltans, and they are closing in towards Castus. They get a boost die to attack you?
Yep.
Alright, and...
One setback for defensive, but that's it.
One setback, and then is it 2 for a normal melee attack, right?
Yes.
And they will... Here, I have this check marked. 2. Okay. Oh, this is a new group of 4 now. Up. Alright, they're gonna come up and they kind of charge in after they see one of them go down, another arrow flies past. As your scream is finishing, they kind of hunker down and jump forward, charging in.
Strange roll.
The weapon didn't work. Oh well. I can just roll the dice, please. They come in, and they kind of all swarm in at the same time, so that's 8 damage, pierce 1.
Gets through.
That gets through. Alright, and so they'll come in and they'll give you a crit as well.
I am going
as
to
4...
parry.
Okay. So as 4 of these Appletons charge in, you see this moment where you know that you're going to get overwhelmed, so you shift your stance. And just as the claws come up, you shove the sword towards one, and as the second comes up to bite you, it's coming right at your throat, you just like give it a backhand away, and it tumbles back through the air.
Vile creature!
And there's that like nice like, oh! as you bat it back and take an extra strain for that extra bit of effort you had to put towards it. The threat. Alright. Cannon, you're back. You've got a boost die from Cap1's previous turn.
Okay. I will.
You just saw them all charging on Castus, and he just barely was able to avoid the sharp teeth and claws of these creatures.
Okay, I'm going to take. Do they look occupied?
I mean, yeah, I'd say they're occupied with fighting Castus, especially since he taunted them. Like they're occupied, I think.
Okay.
If that's the need for a spell to work, like, yeah, they seem occupied.
No, I was just asking. Because okay. I want to use.
Are you gonna have some tea?
Yeah. Cassius has this.
Alright, go ahead.
I'm gonna go ahead and use a sneak attack talent.
Oh.
Okay.
And once per round, when performing the aim maneuver, so I have to suffer strain, or
well, you can use your maneuver. Yep.
Suffer strain to add pierce 2 to my arrow.
Okay. So you use your maneuver to aim. You're taking a strain to add some pierce.
Yeah.
And it is you get a boost. So there's 2 boosts. One from cap and one from aiming. And 2
from medium.
But do you have the thing where you don't shoot allies?
No, I don't.
Alright, so give it an upgrade on the right side.
The purple one?
Yeah, no, just hit, there's an upgrade below the purple one, it says upgrade, put that to 1.
Okay.
And then roll.
The life of melee.
It's got extra pierce on it too, for good measure. Hey!
Good
All
shot,
right.
Cannon.
So,
I love this spell!
alright, so you see that they're going in, and are you critting? With those 100 success, or advantage?
I can.
It is an option. You're in charge of your advantage. What do you want to do with them?
Can I give a boost to Castus?
I feel like there should be a limit on how many boosts. Is it just one? Yeah, you can
It'll
give
just
one
be
of those. So one of those advantage can be used to give 1 boost die to Castus. 3 of them can be used to crit.
Can you
You
use?
can recover a strain. You can use 2 of them to perform an immediate free maneuver and add a setback die to the next skill check by the opponent. You can use 3 of them to negate an enemy defense and ignore environment stuff.
Okay, so can I... So 3 of them for crit,
Yep.
one of them for
boost.
Castus, and then one of them for my strain?
Absolutely.
Perfect. I'll do that.
So as you see this moment, as they all converge, and Castus pushes his sword on one side, and their teeth kind of clamp down, and he gets 2 of their mouths on the sword as he's backhanding another one, and then just ends up like the one that he backhand falls into the 4th one. You see your moment, and you pull back, fire through. You got such a far back pull, it strained your muscles, and you were right on target. You hit right through the flank of one of them. The arrow pierces through and sticks in the side of the second one in the neck, and 2 of them go down.
Yes! I look at Bao like, yes!
Alright, Castus, you get a boost die. The 2 that you just put your sword in just all of a sudden fall down to the ground lifeless. One of them just kind of like is like the blood goes. The first one is just down right through the heart. And you see the other 2 get up from your hitting them with your hand in defense. You're up.
There's 2 left.
There's 2 left.
It's time we met Nick's Law, and
Alright. That can kill both of them. How do you want to do it?
just right through both, just one strike, precise.
So the first one, you come in, and it like cuts like through the jaws. It's opening up to classic, and then you cut like right through its mouth and the back of its neck, and like the top of the head kind of falls off. The other one comes in, and you just follow through, and you kind of cut deep through both of the shoulders, through the cartilage of the shoulders, and through the bones, and right across its like chest, and just open it up, and it's got this massive gash, and it can't move anymore, and it's done.
And like strike with through 2 with 1 strike, and then just underarm blood off, back on the back.
All right.
And I turn to look at the group and just all that easy enough. Oh, should we eat well tonight?
Do they look yummy?
I just define look yummy. They're like scavenging beasts that have like weird bat wings. Like not really. But,
Yeah, no, they're fine to eat.
you totally can.
They're fine to eat.
But, like
Nothing like a
it's
little
other
bat
appetizing.
Oh, okay.
Capon's definitely eaten bat wings before too.
Hey, Castus, just grab the 2 that are on that 1 arrow I put through.
Oh yeah. I grabbed a shish kebab.
He brings up braggadociously.
Just thought it'd be easier to carry.
Oh, you're right. It's like a little handle between both of them. And I'm just carrying
You
it.
did great, though.
So you guys gonna get back.
Actually, they were eating a
Zag. Yeah.
I want to cut the head off of the Zag.
Alright, so as you get close, make a... Alright, and I can go back to doing the difficulty. Make a perception check.
Uh-oh.
Alright,
Oh,
we're gonna make...
wait, I had my dice.
Oh yeah, that was an intense roll.
I got it.
Alright, so as you get close and you start getting ready and start working on cutting the head off, as you're kind of like lifting it up and kind of putting the sword down, you see this It's a small black spine, kind of in its shoulder, on the side that was on the ground.
I
You can imagine like a porcupine spine.
Oh, okay. I pull it out and how is it?
Yeah.
How long is it?
It's probably about 5 inches long. Relatively thin, like a pencil, basically. Picture like a black pencil that's tapered from one end to the other, and it's got like this like little like aggressive barb on it.
What you got there, Castus?
A spike?
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
And it was like jammed into the shoulder. It wasn't coming out of the shoulder. It was not part of the animal. It was like an injury.
You recognize it?
Oh, let me take a look here.
I hand it to him and then I turn and I cleave the head off of the Zag.
Alright, you're able to do that. Are you upgrading?
Yeah.
Alright, go ahead.
What is it? Education or lore?
Education.
Oh no, I don't recognize that.
Yeah, you don't really have any idea.
You could sure do some damage with it, though. Not sure you'd want to, but...
You could probably make the assumption that this is why it was slowed down and the Zags caught it, because it was probably by itself. Couldn't keep up with the herd.
What can I examine the Zags? I mean, I did cut its head off, but how can I see how it died?
Yeah, go ahead and make a...
Like a medicine or survival or something?
Um,
About the same rolls for me, but
I think this... Either. I think you can make the discretion.
oh. Okay. Oh.
So how it died is from the Aviltons attacking. Like, you can tell by the way that it was scratches along the side that it wasn't dead when they attacked. It was, they did finish it off.
So this is a fresh dead animal.
Yeah.
Oh. We can get this back to the caravan. We'd be ready tonight.
Well, as long as they don't like the head.
Oh no, I don't think anybody but me would be like eating head meat.
We're turning in. I mean, we could make another effigy out of this bad boy.
Oh yeah.
Or effigy unit, I think.
Oh, I could do with some leather straps and a pole. Mix something up.
Yeah. Okay. I just like, I don't know, like, since it was a fresh kill, just kind of like scan the area around.
Yeah, go ahead, make a perception. What are you looking for, I guess? Are you like looking for land features or like creatures? I was just trying to figure out if it's like knowledge, geography, or if it's you trying to like perception.
Any sort of, because yeah, anything that stands out. I'm picturing like a savanna, like I don't know.
I know. I guess I'm trying to figure out if you're looking for like animal habitats or creatures stalking. Because one of them would be more knowledge, geography, and one of them is more like you're trying to be perceptive.
Well, yeah, either of those.
Right, so I guess pick whichever roll you want to do and hit the button.
I'll do animal stalking.
Okay, perception. You don't see anything in the muted area. You do like, I don't even think, no. Like, yeah, you don't see anything. So, yeah, do you guys want to do anything else with the bodies?
I mean,
Yeah, like you trying to try and harvest anything else. You've got 2 of them full Avaltons
maybe
and
maybe carve some
Zag
meat.
head.
Maybe carve some meat off the Zag.
You could maybe
Good
get
back
like
strap.
the back hind quarter that on the ground, like the side that was on the ground.
Okay.
Because they were eating it, so like the part that was up,
Anything that's not been
like half bit through.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could probably get like the back leg, like a back flank.
Okay. Like a quarter of it.
Yeah.
Like the hind quarter. Okay.
You can go ahead and make a survival check.
I don't even have a knife. Somebody else is gonna have to do this.
Oh, I have a hunting knife.
I don't have a knife to do
I
this.
think Bell's good at this.
I just bought a hunting knife.
Dagger it, but
I don't know if Bell's into doing this. I guess it's her call.
Castus should hunting. I don't know.
I would like to hand my hunting knife to Belle and say, do the honors. I think she is better.
Just a survival check.
Oh shit! I had my
Yeah. Alright, so you hand Belle the knife and she deftly plunges it in and starts cutting away skin and tendons and gets up right next to the bone. And does a pretty good job at stripping this. You guys have like a leg with some meat.
Nice.
Well, we should probably take this to the lady that lent us some water, perhaps. Share it with her.
It's a good idea, Cap One.
Sign of good faith.
I like that.
was the cook.
Come again,
Yeah, she
Belle?
was the cook.
She was the cook, so
Oh yeah, she could
probably
probably
use it.
season it up nice.
Aren't you guys heading back?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so we can end with you guys triumphantly in your battle, no one taking any damage, no one taking a hit, somebody carrying 2 Avaltons with a one-handed carry on a handle and an arrow that's pierced both of them. And
They're the best.
Castus holding a Zag head by one of the horns, and I assume Cap One carrying the quarter flank of the Zag back to the caravan as Corporan, Charlie, and Gus watch on from the front, and that's where we will end
Yeah.
tonight.
We fucking did it. We murdered those. Murdered those Avaltons.
Yeah, I felt like we needed some combat. We haven't had combat in a few sessions, so
They're scary looking motherfuckers.
yeah, they're gross.
We're gonna eat some.
Yeah, it's
You
gonna
guys
be
can
like,
eat some. I'll have some oats with.
it's
with
gonna be like
Preston.
stringy and tough.
Let's keep
Like-
their skulls.
Their wings. We should
we
put
should
their
just
wings
start
on our
collecting
wagons.
skulls. Like, just
Let's just, I'm telling you, we're just gonna make a
That's- yeah.
fucking cart effigy,
that's pretty
Mad
much what's
Max
happening.
style of just
Yeah, it's
fucking
like a
dead
very, like-
animals.
You guys need a group name still.
I know, I've tried to force it with effigy unit.
That's very.
F&G
That is
unit.
really forced. It was so forced I didn't even consider it as a real option.
I know,
I didn't even
said
notice it was a
and
group name.
nobody said anything, so it's like, yep, that's gone.
I would once again like to apologize to the continent of Australia for my many
Hilarious.
offenses that I've given. Oh,
Amazing,
God. I'm
amazing.
so bad at Australian, guys. I'm okay at a lot of them, but not that.
Oh, hit a roo with a didgeridoo. Great.
Fucking Christ.
I forgot that I said that.
Like, come on.
He's like, what else is Australian? Oh,
I was scrambling, man.
oh Sydney.
Amazing.
New Zealand. Just toss in
Different country.
the other part. I'm thinking continental Australia.
Okay. Don't forget Tasmania.
Never do.
Oh, he's a right Tassie.
Aussie. Oh god, I hate that I decided to go with Australian for Gibby.
Alright, boys. Time for me to do some laundry.
Get it.
Yeah.
I'll talk to y'all later.
All right, have a good
Yeah, I'll
night,
see ya.
bud.
Hi.
Yep. Bye,
I'm going
stream.
to.
User
Adios.
disconnected from your channel.